Good morning. Well, we're going to wait just a moment because I just got a premonition. My premonitions aren't always right. But I got a premonition there's just going to be this stampede of people. Like I said, they're not always right. I will say that I'm feeling a little guilty this morning. Just a little bit. I'm feeling guilty about being happy about the changing track of the hurricane. Because being happy that it's not coming our way, the flip side of that is you're glad it's going someone else's way. Don't feel good about that. I would rather it just mysteriously dissipated in the middle of the ocean. That's what I would like. It's going to miss everyone. So that's what we should pray for. Blessed is the spot and the house and the place and the city and the heart and the mountain and the refuge and the cave and the valley and the land and the sea and the island and the meadow where mention of God hath been made, and His praise glorified. Good morning again, everyone, and we're so glad that you could see fit to come out and spend a little bit of time with us. And we are going to begin our ongoing series, I guess you could say, on Paris Talks. I want you to know that choosing the various passages from Abdu'l-Baha's Paris Talks actually is a little more of a challenge than it may seem. The reason it's a challenge is, number one, they're all so good. But then there's the very real challenge of, okay, we have a certain amount of time, we have a certain amount of space in our program, and we certainly do want to use the time as, to as wisely as possible. But unfortunately, some of the sermons, because to me that's what they are in Paris Talks, are some of them print-wise are rather long. And so we can't choose some of them, but they're also very good. But this one, of course, I think is quite relevant. They're all relevant, obviously, we know that. But this idea of calumny, which of course is basically disagreement and arguing, in this particular case, over the Word of God and religion and spiritual issues and so forth. So let's go ahead and begin. Whoever would choose to begin on calumny.
On calumny. From the beginning of the world until the present time, each manifestation sent from God hath been opposed by an embodiment of the powers of darkness. This dark power has always endeavored to extinguish the light. Tyranny has ever sought to overcome justice. Ignorance has persistently tried to trample knowledge underfoot. This has, from the earliest ages, been the method of the material world. In the time of Moses, Pharaoh set himself to prevent the Mosaic light being spread abroad.
In the day of Christ, Annas and Caiaphas inflamed the Jewish people against him, and the learned doctors of Israel joined together to resist his power. All sorts of calumnies were circulated against him. The scribes and Pharisees conspired to make the people believe him to be a liar, an apostate, and a blasphemer. They spread these slanders throughout the whole Eastern world against Christ and caused him to be condemned to a shameful death. In the case of Muhammad also, the learned doctors of his day determined to extinguish the light of his influence. They tried by the power of the sword to prevent the spread of his teaching.
In spite of all their efforts, the Sun of Truth shone forth from the horizon. In every case, the army of light vanquished the powers of darkness on the battlefield of the world, and the radiance of the divine teaching illumined the earth. Those who accepted the teaching and worked for the cause of God became luminous stars in the sky of humanity. Now, in our own day, history repeats itself. Those who would have men believe that religion is their own private property once more bring their efforts to bear against the Sun of Truth. They resist the command of God. They invent calumnies, not having arguments against it, neither proofs. They attack it with masked faces, not daring to come forth into the light of day.
What were they thinking when they put you in chains? What were they thinking when they caused you such pain? How could they miss what now is so very plain? How could they not love you, O glory of God? O glory of God. O glory of God, O glory of God. How could they treat you with such utter disgrace? Strip you of everything, they left not a trace. Your prison turned into a heavenly place. How could they not love you, O glory of God? O glory of God. O glory of God. O glory of God. How could they not see all of your glory, oh blessed beauty? What were they thinking? 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 Did they have no sight? Were they just blinded by your glorious light? How could they disregard your heavenly might? How could they not love you, O glory of God? O glory of God, O glory of God, O glory of God. How could they hurt you and still feel no shame? How could they trample your wonderful name? How could they be with you and not even change? How could they not love you, O glory of God? O glory of God, O glory of God, O glory of God. How could they not see all of your glory, oh blessed beauty? And how could they not recognize God's holy power right there in your eyes? What were they thinking? 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 What were they thinking?
Our methods are different. We do not attack, neither claimate. We do not wish to dispute with them. We bring forth proofs and arguments. We invite them to confirm our statements. They cannot answer us, but instead they write all they can think of against the divine messenger, Baha'i. Do not let your hearts be troubled by this defamatory writings. Obey the words of Baha'u'llah and answer them not. Rejoice rather than even these falsehoods will result in the spread of the truth. When these slanders appear, inquiries are made, and those who inquiry are led into knowledge of the faith. If a man were to declare, there is a lamp in the next room which gives no light, one hearer might be satisfied with his report, but a wiser man, goes into the room to judge for himself. And behold, when he finds the light shining brilliantly in the lamp, he knows the truth.
Again, a man proclaims, "There lies a garden in which there are trees with broken branches bearing no fruit, and the leaves thereof are faded and yellow. In that garden also there are flowering plants with no blooms, and rose bushes withered and dying. Go not into that garden." A just man, hearing this account of the garden, would not be content without seeing for himself whether it be true or not. He therefore enters the garden, and behold, he finds it well tilled. The branches of the trees are sturdy and strong, being also loaded with the sweetest of ripe fruits amongst the luxuriance of beautiful green leaves. The flowering plants are bright with many-hued blossoms. The rose bushes are covered with fragrant and lovely roses, and all is verdant and well tended. When the glory of the garden is spread out before the eyes of the just man, he praises God that through unworthy calumny he has been led into a place of such wondrous beauty.
This is the result of the slander's work, to be the cause of guiding men to a discovery of the truth. We know that all the falsehoods spread about Christ and his apostles, and all the books written against him, only led to the people to inquire into his doctrine. Then, having seen the beauty and inhaled the fragrance, they walked evermore amidst the roses and the fruits of the celestial garden. Therefore, I say unto you, spread the divine truth with all your might, that men's intelligence may become enlightened. This is the best answer to those who slander. I do not wish to speak of those people, nor to say anything ill of them, only to tell you that slander is of no importance. Clouds may veil the sun, but be they never so dense, his rays will penetrate. Nothing can prevent the radiance of the sun descending to warm and vivify the divine garden. Nothing can prevent the fall of the rain from heaven. Nothing can prevent the fulfillment of the word of God.
Unto thee have I raised my hands, O Lord, and in thee have I found sheltering support, O Lord, and unto thee have I resigned myself, O Lord, and upon thee have I placed my whole reliance, O Lord. Unto thee have I raised my hands, O Lord, and in thee have I found sheltering support, O Lord, and unto thee have I resigned myself, O Lord, and upon thee have I placed my whole reliance, O Lord, and by thee am I strengthened, by thee am I strengthened, by thee am I strengthened, O Lord. And by thee am I strengthened, by thee am I strengthened, by thee am I strengthened, O Lord, O Lord. Unto thee have I raised my hands, O Lord, and in thee have I found sheltering support, O Lord, and unto thee have I resigned myself, O Lord, and upon thee have I placed my whole reliance, O Lord, and by thee am I strengthened. By thee am I strengthened. By thee am I strengthened, O Lord. And by thee am I strengthened. By thee am I strengthened. By thee am I strengthened, O Lord. By thee am I strengthened, O Lord. By thee am I strengthened, O Lord.
Therefore, when you see books and papers written against the revelation, be not distressed, but take comfort in the assurance that the cause will thereby gain strength. No one casts stones at a tree without fruit. No one tries to extinguish a lamp without light. Regard the former times. Had the calumnies of Pharaoh had any effect? He affirmed that Moses was a murderer, that he had slain a man and deserved to be executed. He also declared that Moses and Aaron were fomenters of discord, that they tried to destroy the religion of Egypt, and therefore must be put to death. These words of Pharaoh were vainly spoken. The light of Moses shone. The radiance of the law of God has encircled the world.
When the Pharisees said of Christ that he had broken the Sabbath day, that he had defied the law of Moses, that he had threatened to destroy the temple and the holy city of Jerusalem, and that he deserved to be crucified, we know that all these slanderous attacks had no result in hindering the spread of the gospel. The sun of Christ shone brilliantly in the sky, and the breath of the Holy Spirit wafted over the whole earth.
And I say unto you that no calumny is able to prevail against the light of God. It can only result in causing it to be more universally recognized. If a cause were to no significance, who would take the trouble to work against it? But always the greater the cause, the more do enemies arise in larger and larger numbers to attempt its overthrow. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Our part it is to act in accordance with the teachings of Baha'u'llah, in humility and firm steadfastness.
Love is the secret of God's holy dispensation. Love is heaven's kindly light. Love is the cause of God's revelation unto man. Love ensures true felicity. Strive to become the manifestations of the love of God, the lamps of divine guidance, shining amongst the kindreds of the earth with the light of love. Love, 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 with the light of love. Love, 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 with the light of love. At this time, friends, if anyone would like to offer up a personal prayer or reading of your choosing, this is that time.
Glory be to thee, O Lord my God, save not him whom thou hast exalted to the power of thy everlasting Son, remove not all from him whom thou hast called to enter the tabernacle of thy eternity. Wilt thou cast away, O my God, him whom thou hast overshadowed with thy lordship? And wilt thou turn away from thee, O my desire, him to whom thou hast been a refuge? Canst thou degrade him whom thou hast uplifted, or forget him whom thou didst enable to remember? Glorify and bless the Lord God of them. Now, who from everlasting have been singing of his power and his kind wisdom. And thou to everlasting declaring the Lord of all created things and their glory. Glorified art thou, O my God. Thou seekest to be merciful unto thy servants, who then show mercy unto me. If thou refusest to succor thy loved one, who is there that can succor thee? Glorified, immeasurably glorified art thou. Thou art alone in thy truth, and to thee all glory worship. Thou art manifest in thy justice, and to thee all glory. Thou art in truth, beloved in thy grace. No God is there but thee.
Sun is rising on a new day, shedding light across the land. The Father's showing us the right way to take His love to all of men. And all we want is peace high on every mountain, peace down in every valley, flowing like a river, may it never cease. All we want is peace. All we want is peace. All we want is peace. Red, yellow, brown, black and white. All we want is peace. Mother, father, sister, brother. All we want is peace. For the rich and the poor. All we want is peace. For the captive and the free. All we want is peace. All we want is peace. O my God, O my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord. Well, friends, this ends our devotion for this morning. If anyone has any announcements or anything else you'd like to share, please feel free to do so. Thank you for sharing that, Candy. And if anyone feels like singing on family night, we're doing a lot more of that. I think we're kind of starting to form an unintended, I shouldn't say an unintended choir, but more and more people are getting involved in the whole singing thing. So if you're someone who likes to sing, I'd like to say we've got 3 or 4 numbers. It seems to fluctuate. Not really sure, but the big plan in kind of a general way is to hopefully be able to share some of it with some of the songs we do, you know, in some devotions or maybe holy day programs. And so that's kind of what we're trying to prepare for. Yes, so if you'd like to be a part of it, feel free to come on out on Friday nights during family night. It just kind of seems to be happening that way. We're all fighting for time and space to practice in because we're all doing it at the same time, working Cambies to death.
Well, I think it would be good if the friends join us
Yes.
and we get the larger number, because we have the holiday, I mean the bicentennial of the Bab and Baha'i Holy coming up. So we can use the voice of the friends, and the larger we are, the better it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do want to say a special thanks to everyone for coming out today. I know there are a lot of different things going on. I thought it was just a hurricane, but apparently, even though the hurricane seems to be having a little mercy on us, there are other things going on around the country that people are attending. Camby's mentioned a conference this morning. I don't know much about those types of things. I need to do a better job of keeping up. But apparently there are other things going on, and Labor Day weekend and so forth and so on. So again, it's really nice that you all come out. And we've got two gentlemen in the second row there. I'm sure everybody knows you, but I don't know you. So share a little bit about yourselves with us. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You might be. And you play drums. Oh my goodness. You probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah. Well, we'd sure love, again, any contribution is always a welcome contribution. And it's good that you and your father, your name's Carlos and Edgar. Okay, it's great that, I'm assuming you're coming from St. Pete too? Okay. Really? Oh, okay. Hot dang. You've specifically been asked not to sing, is that it? Well, golly, I mean, again, it's kind of, I don't want to say, well, it's loosely formed. It seems to be coming together and more, but I think the more we get a core of people, you know how it is, usually if you get a good core of people, it attracts others. And so I think that we're in the core formation stage at this time. So again, it's great that you all could come and join us this Sunday. We're here every Sunday at the same time. Same Baha'i station, same Baha'i time, same Baha'i station. Same Baha'i time is, I'm making a Batman joke from way back in the 60s and nobody gets it. Okay. Same bat time, same bat station. Same Baha'i time, same Baha'i station, which is 10 minutes late, 10 to 15. Same Baha'i time. Yes, sweetheart. On Friday nights, yes. Did I say Sundays? No, I mean, I don't mean, when I said Sunday, I mean we're here for devotions every Sunday. I guess I made a switch without making the context clear. Okay, yes. But we're here every Sunday, and we're here every Friday night, most of us.
We start about 6:30 because the dinner starts at 6:30, and then probably by 7:30 we will be here and practicing different Baha'i songs.
Yeah.
And there is the violin, and there is the oud, there is the guitar, there is ukulele, drum. Yeah. So
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And again, please feel welcome. And what I was saying that I didn't make clear was we're so happy you could come and join us this morning. And we'd love to see you as much as you could finally come. We know it's a bit of a drive to do on a regular basis, but say that again? Oh, you work with Jamie. Oh, really? Technically. Yeah, okay. So he's saying this isn't as bad a drive as it seems. Every once in a while I go to when you all have various types of when you have family day at the St. Pete Center. I go there sometimes. So, yeah, I know. I mean, it's not a terrible drive, but living around here, let's face it, most of us, we get used to the, 10 or 15-minute drive max, and then after that it seems like a lot longer, even though it's, not like living out in the country where you got to go a half an hour just to get to the nearest little store or whatever, or your nearest neighbor in some places. So again, thank you. Hope you can join us some more in the future. And again, you all have yourselves a good week, and we don't know what the hurricane's going to do, but stay dry no matter what it does. Stay safe no matter what it does. Oh, yes, forgot all about that. Gilbert's here for the adult class, and the adult class meets right after this. Well, you all actually start at 11 o'clock, right? At 11 o'clock. So we got a little time to just kind of, hang out and so forth. But at 11 o'clock, the adult class starts. So again, have yourselves a good week, folks. Allahu Akbar. Mm-hmm. A prayer for what? Oh, is okay. Well, a brief prayer, you mean? Okay, we'll take a moment then. Go ahead and read the prayer. I thought you had it ready. She amazes me. She always says she's ready, and then there's more to do. We have a disagreement. Okay, she's ready. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, everyone. Again, have a good week. So, Carlos, you're a drummer, you say, huh? We just happen to have some drums over there that nobody really needs, that nobody really uses. I just started banging on a song. We have a song that has nothing but a drum in it. So, but I'm the one banging on the drum and so forth and so on.
What sort of beat is it?
It's really just a bass drum beat. Boom, boom, boom. But I'm trying to add sticks and so forth. It's a
Play it?
yeah. I mean, because it really is simple. It's just something that we're gonna get together, Canvas. We definitely are. I'm just looking for that thing so you could. Where'd I put it?
Song? Not as
Yeah.
good as it used to be. Actually, it was never very good.
No. If you can hold a beat, this is just. I just picked up a couple. Oh, wait a minute, I might put it in my guitar. Because I just found a couple of copies that folks have left for Friday night. It was very good. Because all this is really just. I mean, I know you don't need words, but I'm gonna. But it's
I love
it's
drum.